Good day, my Stitchy friends. Welcome to my channel, Stitcha-Rella. Today we are carrying on with Stitch Whatever You Want Wednesdays. Now we have so much going on here. I promise you, my poor kids, it's the last days of their holiday. I think the school starts Tuesday, if I'm starting to be corrected, but it's Tuesday. And this morning we woke up with no power again. What a joke, right? And just to get the news that we are back on level 6. What a flippin' mess. I promise you, it means level 6. You get 4.5 hours or 4.5 hours off, another 2 hours off. So today we're sitting 13 hours without power. If we're lucky and it comes back on. So I thought I will do this and chat to you and update you on what's going on this side. As you can see, I'm still busy with my cat. With this, it's freezing. We're sitting under blankets and stuff. So I didn't stitch a lot this week. And also not this weekend, I didn't stitch a lot. I wanted to have this one finished. But it's not, but it will be soon. I will take a picture of the progress for you and put it by the thank you note so you can see exactly where I'm at. But it's almost there, almost there, almost there. I'm hoping to get this video loaded before the power goes off again. I think we've got an hour power now left, an hour and a half, and then it goes off again, but I am really hoping to post it before it goes off. And if it goes off, we'll see if I can make a plan to do an unboxing. Otherwise, it will happen as soon as I can. If it doesn't happen early, it will happen later when I've got power again. So, yeah, everything will happen, but the timing is just all over the show. We're not doing much but getting cold. I have, you see, when it's level 6 and you almost never have power, the thing is we have to prepare the things that need power, like the washing, like the food, like you need to, when you have power, do all those things, even if it's the timing is wrong. You just have to go right ahead, do it so that you know at least it's done and it's there. It's actually a mess, but yeah, get used to it. We were just spoiled by having a little bit more power, and now they took it away again. And it's funny though, you remember that cold day when it was snowing? It's cold today as well, but not as cold as Monday. They actually on our news said that the power situation looks better. Everything's going to be better. Now, do you understand how corrupt our country is? By telling us, oh, it's going so much better, everything's good. And this was Monday, right? Now we're on Wednesday and it's failing completely again. It's just taking everything away again. Oh, it's ridiculous. There's some people that doesn't have power at all. No power, no water. At least we've got at times power now, and we do have water. So, yeah, we can't complain. I just tell you every day how things are going, what's happening in my life. And me and Abby decided today we're gonna have a movie day when I'm not recording. We'll watch movies and stuff. So that's not happening. I told you last night we're planning to do that. That's not happening because there's no power. And if it's off for that long times, even if we have this small thing, a battery type of thing, but it's for Mike's work, but it doesn't last because of all the load shedding. It's really not working anymore. So when that long times without power, that 4.5, 5 hours without powers, Even the 1 hour, 2 hours in between is not enough to charge everything, and those things don't last. Nothing lasts. All I can hope for is light, so I can at least cross stitch. But what else must I do? Yeah, so that's not very exciting, but it is happening. I've been working on the flowers on the other side, but it's too much jumping around to sit and film it. You won't see what I'm doing because the jumps are too fast. I'll have to zoom out completely and post a video like that, and that won't be too nice, will it? So I left this red pieces so I can plus minus stay in a frame and you can see what I'm doing. Still want to do that unboxing today, but it will probably be much later because when the power comes on, of course, we must charge first, and then I'll do it quickly, and then at least that is done, but that will only happen much later. We'll see, maybe I make a plan in between, maybe I'm lucky, I don't know, we'll see how things work out today. I'm not very happy that this is happening, but we are used to it. It's just you get glad because people say it's getting better, and then within 2 days it's back at its worst. So that's all I'm saying. Not very happy about that. What am I doing? Oh, it's the wrong hole, you see. I put it in the wrong hole. Let me just fix this, or try and fix it. Not try, I'll fix it. Sometimes it happens. I saw yesterday as well, I was working and then I found one where when I close the stitch, I close 2 at once. It's a problem, it doesn't look right, but you can fix it. But it happens, right? Or am I the only one? It's because I'm not looking at it like I'm usually looking at it when I stitch like this to just get it to record right. But at least I see it afterwards and fix it, right? I was looking at all the sites this morning. There's not really much new things going on. Still waiting for Paint Some Way to add those things that I've asked. They said they will, but I'm still waiting. We'll see. See, right? Still nothing from that other shops I spoke about yesterday. Absolutely nothing. Rude. Ah, well, life as we know it. Oh man. Mike's also very worried with this load shedding because his boss got us that battery thing, then he can get his work done. But the thing he bought is not strong enough. It doesn't even last a full hour and a half with his laptop and his screen on it. So, and when that thing is flat, we plug in fiber, but fiber doesn't pull a lot of energy. So we have internet, but as soon as that battery is flat, we've got nothing. No signal, no nothing. We can't communicate. We can't do anything. So it's not about, oh, you got a phone, you can carry on. No. When you get load shedding, the cell phone towers also, they off. So the only thing we can basically do is do fiber. Fiber runs underground, but you need electricity or power for it. So we plug it into that little battery, then we can at least use our phones. Not a lot, because if it's flat, it's flat. You can charge it there, but then that thing goes flat and we don't have fiber. So we'll have internet, but as soon as it goes too long, that battery goes flat and we've got nothing, no communication. Basically, we are cut off from the world at that stage, right? It's really irritating. Oh, I'm gonna show you. Told you I'll show you how this looks when this video is done. This cross stitch is so beautiful. Oh my word. And the flowers, the detail in the flowers. I'm busy with the flowers there, but it's a lot of color changing, hopping around. I finished color by color by color. but it's a lot. You'll see how the picture look when I take it, and remember it's not finished, I'm still busy, but the more I put in, the more beautiful it gets. It's just amazing. Oh. My poor kids must go back to school in this cold, shame. At least they've got warm jackets and everything. I prefer to have them by me though. And they also prefer to stay here. They actually do. Who wants to go to school if you can stay in your house with all the stuff you like to keep you busy with, right? It's normal. I don't even want to go to town. I just want to cross stitch. So I don't want to even imagine that at this stage, right? It's really going much quicker than I thought it's going to go. But at least it's not as far apart as the flowers, but it looks nice. When I saw the red, I knew it's little clusters of red. I thought it's going to be another green. To my surprise now, when I I just took the string quickly out and thought, oh, let's try and do this video before the power goes off. And as I took the string out, I was quite surprised to see it's not green. It's like a goldish color, not sparkly, but it's goldish color, or coppery goldish. Oh. So I was so happy to see it's not green. I was not really in the mood to stitch green. Get those moods right. There you go. And now we're going there again. Every little piece I do on this is now finishing. And it feels so good. Because it should have been finished, but circumstances. I cannot wait to start that cat, lady with the cat on her shoulder, but that will take a while to get here, because if you order new things, it takes 2 weeks before they even start sending it, and that's alright. So Les bought me the lady with the cat, the beautiful blonde girl with the cat on her shoulder. I can't wait to receive that thing. It is so beautiful. Promise you, very nice. I don't know who of you on Netflix, do you know a series Riverdale? I've watched it for years now. I think we're in season 6 or 7. Now, when I started watching Riverdale, it was just high school kids making nonsense, living the life, you know. It's quite a nice story. I love it. And it changed into a serial killer thing, and then it changed into, but the same people. They went out of school. Some of them died. Some of them got back to life. And this last season was the strangest season ever. They got powers, and they died, and they came back to life, and there was it's like a holy war, but like a holy war with Lucifer, and it was like just strange how they changed it. For me, it was strange because it went from a high school teen love drama to something totally different. Yet the last season, I was so confused. Still good, but I was wondering how in the world did we end up here? You know, it was just that, like, what? One of those moments. But I've watched that in between the last few days and from last week, and so I finished that. But it was good. It was just very confusing. I spoke to Abby earlier on. I thought it would be nice if she watches Gossip Girl with me. You remember Gossip Girl? Who of you watched Gossip Girl? Now I see Netflix has got all the series of Gossip Girl on again. And I think I must start watching Gossip Girl. I used to love it. It was before my children was born. That's how old it is. It doesn't look that old, but it's that old. I'm not talking about the new Gossip Girl. I'm talking about the old one. And because they've got a new one, but I've never even tried to watch it. That's on, I don't even know, Showmax, I don't know. But the old Gossip Girl, so I thought it good to maybe just watch that again. That might be quite cool. And if we don't have signal, but we have a little bit of battery power, I've downloaded it on my phone, so that at least we've got something to do. And oh no. Was actually, when I finish this clip, there's a light I forgot to put in charge. Must go in charge so we have a little bit of light in this bulbs. As I talk to you, I remember things I have to do, but in between, when I stop, I'll jump up and do it quickly and then record again. This hand of mine keeps dying, it's ridiculous. Dead hand. Oh, there you go. I can hear my husband in the kitchen. He's making us coffee. At least the stove has got gas, so we can have coffee and we can cook. But that's about it. All the rechargeable bulbs and stuff, they don't last. Brand new, they last 2 hours. Now these long load sheddings and stuff, first of all, don't give them chance to charge properly. And then second of all, not one thing we've got here lasts more than 4 hours. And these load sheddings with stage 6 are all much longer than 4 hours. Oh. It's cool when it's in the day, at least. I think our power's going off now, and then it comes back 6:30. So that starts getting dark, but at least we've got a bit of power at night. The nighttime power, if it's out, it's very, very scary. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's not safe. All alarms, everything, nothing works. So at nighttime, it's very scary. So our nighttime one tonight is here by, I think, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock up to 2. I can't remember. I just looked at it all and I'm like, oh, not again. Just so sick of it, you know. Yeah, my husband's making coffee. Yay, I can hear it. I woke up Alex last night. Poor Abby wanted to sleep with me. She's so small, and and he came to the room and I had to kick her off. I didn't kick her off, a big thick mattress in front of my bed. But then later the night, she's already sleeping on a mattress, snug as a bug in a rug, because I make sure she's closed. Then he came and he said to me, no, he's sleeping in his room. You know, he's growing up, but still, she could have slept with me on the bed. That was so unfair and unnecessary. But, well, one of these days I've got no one sleeping with me. Then they are just not wanting to. Too big, right? I explained to them in Australia, the house will be smaller. I don't think there'll be a swimming pool, but we're going to stay close to the beach. So yeah, everything when we go that side, very downscaled, I think, because the cost of living there is also high. But then again, Mike will work there for salary that can. We're not going to live off South African money there. We get Australian money, so it's different. But they all for it and very excited. I'm also excited, but I'm also very scared, but that's normal. I'm very excited to get out of this place, I promise you that much. Everything will just be better. It doesn't matter, I'll make the best of everything, as long as it's not here, right? The biggest thing for me is not even, if you go over, it's not even the electricity. That's not the biggest thing for me. The safety is. They're gonna think it's a total new life to go to the shop alone or walk in the street safely. For me, the big thing is the safety and then the education. Our education system is not bad, but still it's not like that. The education and the safety. So that's the most important thing for me to go there for. That's basically for my children, right? But I will take you along. I will take you along. I will record the day we leave my house. I will record on the airport, and I will record. I'll take you on a joyride with me those few days when we go from South Africa to Australia next year, end of next year. I'll record all the way. I think I'll get my phone a battery pack so we don't lose a second, right? I think that's a very good idea. Thank you, Baba. I was right. Mike is here and he made me coffee. He's awesome. Say hello, Mike. Hello. Ooh.
Got the glasses in my mouth.
Oh, the glasses in his mouth. Alrighty then. Let me end this one off. I'll see you in a second. Alrighty then, and I'm back. And I really hope we can get a bit. We just got a warning that the power is going to go off in 50 minutes. We've got 50 minutes of power left. So, yeah. Here we are. When I stopped that clip, I went looking quickly because I'm waiting for Paint Some Way to put some stuff on that I asked for. And you guys know about it. I see they put lovely ladies on so far. There's one I really like. And then one of the ones that I've asked for is on already. It's a 14 count glass. It's, what do you call it? Glass stain? Glass art? But that type of glass, there's more dragons, 14 count, and they do wash out. But I will test it on my channel if you first want to see. But all the new ones they put on will wash off. I first want to test it because I saw on another fellow YouTube channel. It's Stitching with Laura. I like watching I watch Stitching with Laura. And then I watch Lovecraft Forever. And there's a few French ladies I watch, but I don't understand what they say. I just watch what they do. So with Stitching with Laura, she did buy, I think it was a 16 count. It was 16 or 14. And she opened it and she tried to get it off. It did move a bit, but not as much as I would like mine to move. So when I test it, I won't just dab it there a little bit. I want to properly see if it goes off. And I don't want to wipe it or rub it. I want to put water on it and see if it dissolves. I don't want to, no rubbing, no scrubbing. It must do the job like it's supposed to. What am I doing here? So yes, so there is, the dragons are on today. The previous 14 count dragons that was put on Saturday, I also asked for. There's one I want. And then today's dragons they put on, I want the purple one. Purple is my color, but that purple dragon, there's a pink one as well, but I like purple. So there's a purple dragon there that I really want. And they're big. They're 14 count, I think 40 by 70. They're big ones and they're not too pricey. Very pretty. And now I'm just waiting for a few others. Like there's a zodiac set. But of course, I'm a horse. You guys must all know that by now. But no, I don't like, I don't know. Horses are not my thing. Let's say that. If it's a unicorn, yes. I've got a nice 16 count unicorn coming. Where's that coming from? From FGNORMAL, yes. So a unicorn, yes. A unicorn horse, if I can be a unicorn, yes. I will be that. But not so much the normal horses. I like all animals, but they're not my thing. So yes, go and have a look. It's quite nice. And then I will always tell you, all the things you see at Paint Some Way will not be in other shops. The closest you will get to a shop that also print the new ones for you is BIGGESTCRAFT. BIGGESTCRAFT also does that. FGNORMAL used to do it. They don't do that anymore. So if you go new style by BIGGESTCRAFT, they'll have most of the stuff like a week later than what Paint Some Way adds it. Because Paint Some Way is the shop that actually adds it. And then from there, whatever sells, that gets printed, what sells, will be in the other shops. So it's only there, and then it gets it round all around the internet, right? So it was an interesting thing. I also watch, but she changed her channel name now. You know, Kiss Jenny. Now she's Diamond Kisses or something else, because there was a problem. I don't really understand. She does diamond paintings, sometimes cross stitch. It depends on what she feels like. Very cute, very nice. Love to watch her. But she recreated a channel because there was a copyright infringement. So I also want to be careful for that. I know for a fact that all those created images are not copyrighted. There is a few that is, I think so. But the Joy Sundays, they pay. Spring, Joy Sunday, all those things I show you. Oh yeah, Chinese cross stitch, that's images they pay for. The shops we buy for, yeah, there one falls through the cracks. I don't really know how to check for that. So yeah, something to think about. But the people can always let you know, listen, this is my image, you're not allowed to use it, because the store sells that, and I don't have the knowledge to know whose is who and what's what. So we'll see how that goes. I also don't want to get into trouble with stuff like that. But lots of these images these days, you'll see, I'm going to show you an angel. It's AI created. They're using that now. So yeah, there is images that I assume that's not right, and they're also creating more on the AI thing. However that works, there's a program, everyone can use it and create your own things. So yeah, just a bit of interesting news there. So we can all look out for that. Really not looking forward to this next load shedding. It is a very long one and it's troublesome. Luckily it's daytime. The nighttime one later tonight is very dangerous because it goes, we're going to have power a little bit so we can cook. We can cook in any way, but we've got a little bit of power so we can bath and stuff like that. And then tonight's one that we have is a worrisome one because it's at the hours where they break in and rob and armed robberies and stuff. So that's quite a worrisome one. We've got extra security where we stay, but that doesn't stop them. So yeah, it's never a good night's rest when that happens. I don't like going to sleep in load shedding. If everyone falls asleep, I'd rather stay awake and listen to the noises, listen to the dogs, and keep the family safe. If I hear something weird, and I wake Mike up, and because he must work. He's not like as privileged as me, and thanks to him I am. It's holiday, so we can sleep as much as we want. And even if it's school, I wake up, help the kids, and then I can sleep again. In summer I don't. In winter I tend to get back in bed because it's cold and miserable. I'm not miserable, the weather is miserable. It's just too cold to function. I was sitting here now, and when I got that last thing, and I'm like, oh no, let me just finish one recording and get this video uploaded at least. Got something on there. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they forget to put hours off? That has happened before, so it's not a dream. It's happened before where it is load shedding and then they skip you, or the person at the boards miss something. I don't know what it looks like. So that has happened. That does happen. Won't that be amazing? Simple thing like that makes you excited. That is not cool. I hope this is, I'm checking now where I am here. I must just keep everything here because I'm going to take a long jump. I must just keep my hand here when I'm done. Because I could have started on the bottom, but to go up again, that's a mess. It's rather from the top to the bottom works better. I'm And I took a sip of that lovely coffee my husband made me. And guess what? It burned my mouth. In summer, what I'm used to that. In summer, what he does, when I make coffee, or Mike makes me coffee, or the kids, they put cold water on top because I don't drink milk. Now in winter, when I'm busy, I don't sit and drink my coffee till it's finished. It stands next to me and I drink it whenever I feel like it. So then they don't put that little bit of cold water on top. And I forgot now, and I just took a gulp and I'm like, and down it goes, burning, burning, burning. That's alright. No one's dead. Everyone's still alive and kicking. Alex is not alive and kicking. He's sleeping. He's playing. They call it. I know this is not what it means to us, alright? But what I'm saying now, it's not what you think it means. They call it this. For us, it's something different. But anyway. He's grinding out a game. That's what they call it. I'm grinding out this game. He's pushing to go through levels. Now for me that word means totally something different. But they using in gaming terms, they grinding something out. The first time I heard that, I'm like, what are you saying? And then he laughed at me. So yeah, quite clearly I'm getting old. So he's been doing that all night, and I said to him, don't stay up the whole night, don't stay up the whole night, if you're not going to have a day. Well, that went up to ashes. Nothing came of that, right? I'm just hoping, I'm seeing here where I'm sitting with this thing, I just hope it's recording at the right place, because it feels like it's not, but we'll see just now. It's also difficult here on the sides. There you go. So I'm like a clock watcher. Just checking, do I have time, do I have time? I tried to put this phone in this holder with a, so everything is wonky here. I'm trying to charge while I record, because if I'm finished recording and the power goes out, my phone's flat, I'm not going to be very happy. Excuse me. Oh, the other day I did bake the banana bread. I made the recipe. Normally when you make that small little bread pans, now one recipe, one time is for 2 small bread pans. Now I've got the double one, so one recipe will make one. So what I did is, now it makes 2 small ones, so whatever. I made that recipe 4 times. That is a lot of sugar and butter, and it was 16 bananas. It was big. So what I did is I took my rusk pans. It's big. It's huge. It's also, we call it plaaspanne. They're big. They're very, very big. Okay, I'm going to put, I'll continue now. I just want to shift here. Right then, that was not going to work out. I was so uncomfortable, and I know I'm losing the spot. And then it just doesn't work out. You know what I mean? It's not worth it to struggle like that. Alrighty then, where was I? Oh, so I took this big panne, we call them boerbeskuit panne, plaaspanne, is huge. So I made the recipe 4 times, and I only made out of that 4, I made 3 breads. 3 or 4 breads, 3 breads. But they're huge. So 2 of those breads I'll finish it. But I did it, I think Monday already, yeah, Monday. They're enjoying it. Somewhere tomorrow I want to bake a chocolate cake for them, so they have some yummy chocolate cake to eat. But that all depends on how much power and when the power comes back, right? That's the only ugly thing about it. We can cook because the stove has got 4 gas plates and 2 electric plates, but the oven is electric. Always flipping with this electricity. I think when you hear me say electricity, you're like, oh no. What must I say? I'm just telling you what's happening. I'm glad I moved it. I turned my canvas around so I can get to this edge quicker and better. But I am pulling the phone. Yeah, I can feel it. But I have to keep it in charge because I've got less than half an hour power left. That is just ridiculous. It's annoying as well when you wake up and there's nothing. It's just dead quiet. I wonder where's Lola today. She's probably out because I think there's a bit sun. Even if it's so cold, there's sun outside. She might be tanning a bit or taking a nap with Alex. But I'll go look for her just now, not now, right now. I have to get this on. There you are. This thing, I promise you, is so close to finished. It's not close, but I mean, the end is very, very near. I'm happy about it. It's so beautiful. When you do a 14 count Joy Sunday, you always realize, that's why I love Joy Sunday so much. They come out so beautiful. Like I said, my favorite thing, the fastest is 11 count. And then 11 count has got images that you will never find in your 14 count. There's just images that you don't find. But my favorite ones are the 14 counts. They come out much nicer than other ones. 14 count is a very nice, it's not too small, it's not too big. And then your detail is perfect. It's so good. I must see Abby's little L that she worked on must probably almost be finished. I don't know if she wants to do the back stitching on it or I should. But we'll see about that as well. I thought the other day I need to sort out my cross stitches, but that's like a whole day's job. It's not even if it's that short. Because I must check which ones can wash out. Not test it, I know which ones, but I must look because everything is bundled up together. So I must see which ones is washable. And the ones I'm replacing that's already on the way, repack them, restack them. And then the non-washable ones that I have not replaced yet, I want to put in a separate box. And as I replace them, I'll take them out of that. So I can see what's going on where, because there's so many, I don't even know how many I've got. It's a mission, there's lots, everywhere. I also have to start unpacking them and just organize a bit so that when we immigrate, everything is done and dusted. And I have decided I'll take a few with me on the plane, put a few in my suitcase, and then the rest, remember, I've got lots, so I'm not even going to mention it because it's scandalous. I am gonna put them in the boxes and boxes and boxes full in a container, but I will waterproof them, so they must go in the container with some furniture and stuff. Of course, 4 suitcases won't even cover half of them. And I'm talking big suitcases. So now they'll have to go in the container. My extensive collection of cross-stitch kits. And then the ones I don't, now I'm not going to use and stuff. There's people around me I give them to. And family and friends and stuff. Yeah, so look out, make nice and see what I'm going to do, right? So remember, my cross stitch also grows every week. Yeah. Oh well. It brings me joy, right? Alcohol bring other people joy. Shoes bring other people joy. Stamps bring other people joy. Games bring people joy. For me, it's just plain old cross stitch. That brings me joy. Look at them, touch them, collect them, anything with them. that brings me extreme joy. But for my kids are my first thing. But I mean, collectibles or hobbies or whatever to keep you busy, this is my thing, and this is what I like to do. So I don't care who judge me. Luckily, I've got a supportive husband and supportive kids of this. It's like if I get the opportunity to buy some, then I tell Mike, oh, which one do I put down, which one do I keep, which one, and then he's like, no man, just take all of them. Yeah. I wonder how long. I must. Who stays in Australia? Talk to me. I've asked before, but there's not a lot of people that really talks to me. In Australia, have you ordered from Paint Some Way or the shops that I advertise? Have you ordered from them? How do you get it? How fast do you get your stuff? Please let me know. I'm very curious about these things. Who delivers it? Your postal service, or does a courier deliver it? Do they deliver it at your house? How does it work in Australia? Please let me know. That's the only thing. I can't Google that. I need to know someone that tells me. So all my future Australian friends, tell me how it works. If you order from these shops, please let me know. If you're not on my Facebook group, you can email me. And I'll give you my number or whatever. Just let me know if you would be so kind, please. So I've been wondering about this. It's yeah, wow. Oh, and I wonder. It would be nice to know and stop wondering. The wondering drives me insane. Everything's changing. I must learn new money. I must learn everything. New food, new everything. That's okay. It's an adventure. That's how we're looking at it. An adventure. Man. My one hand, but I'm trying to hold it. It keeps dying on me today. That is not funny at all. There you go. Ow! Did you see that? I pushed a whole needle through my finger. Not through my finger, through the skin of my finger. Clever girl. There you go. Oh, so when the power goes off now, when it comes on and I've finished charging stuff, and when I've finished charging stuff, made food, bath, whatever, I'll do an unboxing later this afternoon. It's not this afternoon, it's tonight. But you will get an unboxing today still. Today, tonight, but you know what I mean. But it won't be during this load shedding. It's too long. And to record and download and stuff takes extremely lots of battery power. And if I don't have battery power and something happens, I am in trouble. If something happens, right? All these stupid things we must think about because of the power. There you go. This just looks better and better and better. Now this is what I'm going to do now when the power is out. I'm going to work on this. It's so exciting to just see it comes together, and that carpety feel. Excuse me. When you stitch and all comes together, and you know it's so solid, all the stitches together makes it feel a tapestry. It feels like a big carpet. Oh, I like it. There you are. What's today? Wednesday. Ooh, tomorrow we're doing Christmas stitches. Christmas. Yeah, I like doing that. That gets me really excited, the Christmas Thursdays. Excuse me. With the weather going up and down, I think our colds are also up, down. It's like, now you've got flu, now you've got flu. Now you've got it, now you don't. Now you've got it, now you don't. And that carries on regardless. Is what it is, right? Good. See ya. I'm just gonna go up. I'm gonna go sideways yet. There you go. Because the thread is too short to do all of it. I know it's too short. So I'll just do what I can. And with the next go I can close everything up here. Not at the moment though. I can't, that silk one I want to open today, I can't actually wait to open it. Because there's a mess to open it beforehand. I know what it is, so I just want to make that unboxing. But you see, I need power and light and all those things. But this one was more important for me to record first, so I can tell you what's going on and why I'm late. I will be late a few times now until our power. It's not the set time every day. It's not every day the same time. It's up and down. It fluctuates. But in between, I will get all promised videos to you. I will do what I promised, but I can't promise times. It will be the right day. The time of day is just whenever I can do it. There you go. Oh, this one hand. It's because I hold it in a way that I can perfectly, not perfectly, but the best way I can show you what I'm doing. And then this hand just decides, we're dying now. Nothing like that. It's not happening. There we go. Going to be quite a big jump, so let's go skew, and not that one, so we can come back on that. That's a clever idea, yes. So use that one, then the back ones can't reach. So always just, I always work in a little pattern where if I need to fill in these, I can still jump that side. Look at that now, but I'll fix that now. I'm not gonna go over everything or make it loose. You see, this was a problem, so I'm just gonna do that and that. Done. And it looks fine. As if that was the top one, I had to totally stitch over. Alrighty then. Okay, I see I've got 20 minutes now, 15 minutes of power left. Thank you for joining me and spending your precious, precious time with me. I promise you I'll make an unboxing later. You must have a lovely day. Lots of love, Stitcha-Rella.